Joining us today, yet another creative and joyful Jesuit, Father Eddie Siebert, the founder and president of Loyola Productions. Great to be with you, Eddie.
Thank you. Thanks, Bob. It's
Thanks
great
for
to be here.
joining us here at the Catholic TV Network.
I'm really impressed. I like it. It's wonderful to be here.
And
we're
we're
different than Los Angeles.
Well, yes, but love L.A.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I love L.A. We truly enjoy and appreciate our relationship that we have with Loyola Productions. And I have to ask you a question. How did you, a Midwesterner, end up in Hollywood?
Well, it's actually pretty much under obedience.
Oh, I see.
No, what happened was I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I went to a Jesuit high school. Out of high school, I entered the Jesuit order, religious life. Through formation, I was always interested in working in television and film. My superior said, okay, after you're ordained, you can go to film school. I went to film school in Los Angeles. And then after that, we started Loyola Productions. It was a way for me to integrate my priestly ministry with the communication ministry. So combined it and created Loyola Productions.
Loving L.A. as I do, and having an appreciation for television and the entertainment business, I'm certain that there are many challenges and opportunities that you face. Could you tell us a little bit about your work?
Oh, sure. First of all, working in Los Angeles is terrific. I mean, there are many, many creative, talented people. They know their business. They really do. But the entertainment business is a business. It's not about proclaiming the good news, as we like to call it. So the opportunities are incredible. I mean, to meet creative people, to work with them, to literally side by side doing wonderful projects. But the challenges are pretty intense. I mean, in today's world, a lot of the programming that's out there and a lot of the executives that are making the decisions for the programming really want certain things. And some of the stuff that we do might not gel with what they want. Because it's a business, they want to make sure that people are going to always watch. So they tend to do things that are a little bit above and beyond what might be the norm. So they're looking for things like wives with knives. They're looking for things like Jesuits with machine guns. One time I was at a pitch meeting, and this is true. They said to me, that's terrific, but it's just too inspirational. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some wonderful programming out there, but the bottom line is they want to keep people watching. So they try to sensationalize things a lot. And what we're trying to do is to tell stories, because those are really the way you empower people and inspire people and inform people. So they don't have to be, they can be intense, they can be dramatic, they can have a story arc. But they don't always have to be sensational. You can tell, I believe that as we raise the bar on our programming, people will buy into it because they like good stories.
And you, in your productions, attempt to touch upon some very important issues that we all grapple with: cultural, economic, political, religious diversity. Isn't that very much a part of your mission?
Absolutely. Social justice is the key of what we're all about. Again, the stories that we want to tell, we really want people to be inspired. We want them to be informed. We want them to get involved in the world. That it's not just about them, that the world is out there and that God is active in it. So if we can tell a story that makes people think just a little bit more about something, then that's going to be terrific. We're doing a story about the Jesuits who were killed in El Salvador 25 years ago. That's pretty intense, but there's a way to address it so that people can look at the issue of justice and immigration. Diversity is key, of course. You know, our world is starving for spirituality. They're starving to, I think, to know more about what's out there in the world. They don't always know it, but I think we have an obligation to really tell those stories, make people realize they're not alone.
And one person who is feeding those who are starving for meaning in our present world, and I know you'll appreciate this, being a Jesuit, a member of the Society of Jesus, is Pope Francis. What do you think of this guy?
Well, I mean, the guy's a rock star. I mean, and frankly, when he came into office, it was inspiring for me. At first, you know, you never know what's going to happen with the Holy See. I mean, you just don't know. But when I saw his actions and how they told stories and how they inspired and animated others, then I knew this guy was pretty good. And I think the church is really lucky and fortunate to have him as the Pope right now. And the fact that he's Jesuit is great. Yeah. I mean, and he's taking all his sort of plays out of the Jesuit playbook, I think. But I can talk about that another time.
We have a clip here of a reality-style series that's in development. The Real Men in Black. And for me, this is a real strong piece. It's a witness to the call to priesthood that you and I have heard. Can you tell us about this series?
Yeah, I mean, basically, we wanted to do something that we thought would be interesting to the buyers, and we also wanted to tap into what we had at our disposal. And so we knew Jesuit formation. And a lot of people don't really understand religious life, or even priesthood for that matter. So we wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit and tell it in a way about these young guys, not always so young, who give up, you know, their credit cards and their cell phones and their relationships and say goodbye to their families and enter into a whole new way of living where someone is telling them how to live, when to go to Mass, when to rise, when to sleep, what to read, and then go through all these course of studies and do a pilgrimage, etc. So we decided we'll do a little sizzle reel, we'll put it together, and we'll pitch it out there. And it's in development, and people seem to respond well to it.
And people can catch that at your website, loyolaproductions.com. What else can they find there?
Oh, well, if they go to the INNetwork.org, that's probably better, because the INNetwork is really where we're stockpiling all our programming. We have movie reviews with this wonderful nun, Sister Rose Picotti. She is terrific. She knows her material.
I know her well.
Okay, so you know she's a media, she knows media
She's
literacy. And she tackles all the movies, popular films. We also are trying a new show called Pre-Prans with Ruthie. Pre-Prans is, a lot of people don't know what Pre-Prans is. Pre-Prandials, it's short for Pre-Prandials, which is basically Jesuit happy hour. Exactly. So the idea is that you bring people together, you form community, you share a meal, and what Ruthie does is bring in other Jesuits and different folks and teaches them how to cook. She's the cook at the Jesuit novitiate. So she interacts with Jesuits all the time, and she knows, and she's just very good. So we thought, this is a great show. Everybody eats. Everybody likes to have a good time. Why not, create a show that can, get people together and maybe thinking. And they're short. Short form media is the way to go, because, the average attention span isn't always so long. At least mine's not.
Well, Father Eddie Siebert, the Society of Jesus, an empowered Jesuit right in the middle of the entertainment industry with the gospel message. Thank you so much.
Bob, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And
Great
what you're
to have
doing
you
is
here at
terrific.
Catholic TV.